Hello everyone, this is Chris, and don't judge a book by a cover is the perfect way to describe today's seed, because this seed has the worst spawns I have ever personally found when doing seed searching, but then rewards you for that terrible spawn with so many good types of things around the spawn. And just to prove how bad this spawn actually is, let's load up the world from fresh and show you the load up process, which by the way, there's the seed right there. Type it in if you want to check that out yourself. But yeah, how bad is this spawn actually? I'm building it up really high, but it can't be that bad. But wait a minute, we spawned in lava and we are immediately dead. What? And yeah, that right there is the reason why this is the worst spawn I have ever found. You spawn in, for the most part, inside of lava. Sometimes you are lucky enough to maybe land yourself inside of water, but for the most part, you spawn inside of that pit of lava. And when you respawn, you spawn on top of this one ledge right here, which means that you have, a couple of options, one being, just jumping to your death again, or trying to find your way around this. Occasionally when you do die, you do spawn, like, on top of there, but that is, quite the rare commodity. So one of the only real ways you're able to get out of here is just maybe, climbing up one of these streams up here to get yourself relatively high up, and then all you have to do is just find maybe some blocks or something like that just to pile yourself up. Maybe some dirt or something like that would help out, but oh, wait a minute, there's no, I'm not seeing any easy access of dirt. Well, at least we have some gravel right here, which I didn't notice the first time. But yeah, all you have to do is just gather up a whole bunch of gravel and things like that, and then you are pretty much out of here, unless you fall down like that. And thankfully, some of these streams do actually go up relatively high, which means that you don't have to do too much work getting yourself out of here. You just got to get yourself enough blocks to actually pile yourself up and out, which I don't think we have quite enough right here, but maybe if we are lucky enough, we could get ourselves just a few more to get ourselves out of here. And yeah, there we go. A very interesting style of way on having to start a world, whether dying or something like that. But there you go. After that entire trip, you are now finally able to get yourself out of here and actually able to get yourself some wood. And that's kind of where the bad part of the one seed ends, because yeah, the worst part is by far the spawn. But after that, it actually does pick up quite a bit, because after you get yourself some wood, maybe some stone, some iron stuff, you might want to head yourself back down into this ravine you started in, because then you will find some diamonds right here. One, you get one of these deep slate variants right here, but also just around this one cave right here, you also get yourself a vein of 4 diamonds right around here. So yeah, definitely a very easy starter diamonds right here. And I didn't actually mention this, but this is actually a double ravine spawn. So yeah, that actually does mean that you have, I believe, twice the amount of caveage and other types of things like that you could explore around here. So that's kind of cool. And something else at the end of this one ravine is actually this thing right here, an amethyst geode, which if you put in comparison as to where you spawn, it's actually, I think, one of the closest I have found so far in where you spawn next to a geode, or I guess with the Y level, the closest you're at. So in case you do want some amethyst or some spyglasses, then yeah, you don't really need to go too far to get some. And I didn't mention this before, but we are actually spawned halfway inside of a mountain biome, which is why we get some emerald right here. And in case you are looking for maybe the deep slate emeralds or something like that, I know there are people looking for every type of deep slate variants, then all you have to do is dig yourself this way just a little bit to find yourself a few of them. Because at these coordinates, not only will you find one deep slate emerald right here, but if you dig yourself down just a little bit down here, you'll also find yourself a second deep slate emerald. And I know out of all the deep slate ores, these are the rarest type, so to have two pretty much right next to each other is a pretty rare commodity. And after you do all your exploring down there, get all your emeralds, your diamonds, your amethysts and stuff, you're gonna want to go to the Nether. Just trust me, you are going to want to go to the Nether, because if you build your portal pretty much right by where your ravine spawn actually is, then you'll spawn in right here, right next to a basalt deltas, which for the most part, you know, not many people are too interested in that, but I'm sure the thing that people are interested in is, what's behind you. Yes, a bastion right here, right next to where you spawn in, so probably the easiest to get to, the easiest accessible ones. Obviously you do have the piglins and stuff you might want to be careful of, but yeah, just to have one pretty much like, what is that, 10, 20 blocks from where you spawn in, right here, like, that's insane, that's crazy, and it's, yeah, also, like, one of the safer ones, if you don't count the piglins or some of this lava, it's actually a relatively safe one to actually traverse your way around here. And I know some people are going to ask where the other Nether fortress is, or the other Nether structure is, being the Nether fortress, and the only one I can find that's relatively close is this one right here, which is kind of hard to get to. I mean, if you count just bridging yourself across, then you manage to get yourself onto here, but yeah, pretty open one, pretty standard one, nothing too special, apart from being inside of a soul sand valley, which is kind of cool, which means occasionally you do get these mega spikes just generating itself right on top of it. Let's see if we can find one. I swear I saw one somewhere around here, but yeah, now the fortress, just around here, soul sand spikes occasionally spawns itself on top of it, which, I guess kind of makes it a little bit more interesting to traverse around. Heading back into the overworld, there's a couple structures which you might want to head to. The first one is actually just over here, and you might be able to see it. Is actually a village, which, for the most part, actually spawned inside of the taiga biome. So I don't know how we managed to get a plains village, but you know what? Besides that, besides getting 2 different types of villages, you also get 1 type of, blacksmith right here. So yeah, more types of loot, more types of stuff, and I believe on Windows 10 this is the types of stuff you'll actually manage to get. But finding spruce villages or plains villages, not too hard. You know, you could find it relatively easily. One village you can't find too easily is actually a swamp village, because heading yourself over here, you might just about be able to see it. We actually have ourselves, for the most part, a swamp village, which means you get the swamp villagers and other types of things like that. You know, a village which you almost never are able to get naturally is actually right here. So you have, like, what's this, 3 or so villages for 3 or so villagers, and yeah, just really cool, as well as a another ravine right here, so you might want to be a little bit careful if you head yourself over here. Oh, this is just too perfect. This is just too perfect. And there we go. The perfectness is here, the perfectness is... Oh, and there goes the perfectness. How did that manage to survive? How did that not manage to get blown up? Oh, there we go. Took a while, but there we go. Anyways, putting aside those desert wells, we come past this, dead village, which is kind of on the hill of a forest right here, but heading yourself over this way, you can see it right there. There's a shattered savanna biome, and this one actually managed to spawn itself right next to one of the normal savanna biomes, or the savanna mountains, or something like that. So, yeah, in case you want some crazy savanna hills, which actually there aren't too many around here, but also if you want some sort of flatter types of savanna hills around here, right connected here, then yeah, this is definitely the place to head to. But if that shattered savanna isn't enough for you, if this one village right next to the shattered savanna isn't quite enough, then maybe the underground right here is actually more than enough. Because yeah, there's another geo just right here, and probably one of the higher ones I've ever seen looking through seas. And actually, it's also really, really easy to get to. You just gotta head yourself down like 3 blocks, dig yourself down, and then you are inside of your geode. And if you continue your adventure inside the desert, you'll first off come across this one desert temple, which has some pretty neat stuff inside. But something which is even neater than a desert temple is this, an exposed fossil. I've never seen one of these before, so yeah, another first time inside this one seed. So in case you want like an excess of bone blocks or coal or something like that, then I guess you have no excavation or digging to be had, because it's literally just right here, right on top of the surface. Tall cactus. Need I say more? Don't answer that, because there actually is more to say about this one new desert, because you also get yourself this shattered savanna, which actually looks to be a little bit more impressive than the first one we had to, and also inside the same desert or on the outskirts, you get this shattered savanna. So in case you are planning to make a shattered savanna base or something like that right next to a desert and a little bit of a plains, then yeah, definitely head yourself over to around this one desert. And it of course wouldn't be a seed showcase without me showing off the stronghold. So heading yourself around here, you'll come across this one village, which you know, nothing too spectacular, but when you head underground, you obviously know what I'm about to show you. You will come across the stronghold room right here, and it's actually pretty low down. Not actually as low as I thought it would be, but it's actually relatively low down, and there's actually quite a substantial amount of cave systems around here too, around the stronghold. So in case you do want to head yourself around here to get yourself some other types of things around the place, then totally head yourself around here, or head yourself right down here, because if you head yourself right here, then what you will come across is this library, which actually spawned in so low that that it actually cut off quite a bit of bedrock, which means you get some really flat bits of bedrock around here. So in case you want to make a wither killer or something like that around the place, then this is definitely the place you want to head to. But yeah, in the whole, this seed is a one of a kind, and I want to know more about this. I want to study a seed like this. I want to just know why it started off so poorly and so awfully, but then gives you so many other types of things around the spawn and around the world, which actually makes it so worthwhile. So yeah, let me know what you think of this seed. Let me know if you have any seeds yourself. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.